Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you feeling?
I'm good.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Then tell me what happened to you after the session.
Well, I finally got myself together. Yeah, I'm like made of nothing now. So I'm enjoying my thoughts, my body, and everything else. I also stopped eating.
You mean overeating?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
I stopped stuffing food into myself and so I feel so balanced. And also, things are very funny. Everything is very funny to me. In general, I used to laugh a lot, but now I laugh all the time. And then there is this desire, it's like from the inside, to do something good for someone.
Oh,
It turns out that if I did something good, then most interestingly, I forget about it. And then someone would remind me, and I'd be like, oh, right. But it happens by itself. There are no talks about it or any thoughts. Why did I do it? Nothing at all.
in other words, it turns out to be a natural inclination.
Yeah, absolutely natural.
Well, that's what everyone wants.
I guess.
How are you doing at work? Do people notice anything weird?
No, but they know everything because I told them everything. That I went to retreats, how I got there, and how it was here.
So you've already made everyone aware of your interest?
Yeah, and they're observing me. In particular, why do I giggle constantly? It doesn't bother anyone. It's all good. By the way, many of them loosened up at work.
I know this guy. After the session, he went to sea on a steamship. He's a sailor. And the entire crew, and there are a lot of people on that boat, they all quit smoking during this time at sea. Can you imagine? I mean, he was just talking. He didn't really impose anything on anyone, just talking and giggling. And the whole ship stopped smoking. All conflicts disappeared just like that. And there are so many people who get constantly stressed because it's a long trip. They get tired of each other, but he says, no, everything was good. Can you imagine? The whole ship was restored to normal, and the whole crew, just like that. So what else is interesting?
Oh, and I have a new feeling that we manufacture everything in our lives out of joy.
We can, but not everyone does it. When I published your session, I was swarmed with people. Well, some people who thought that you were crazy and who couldn't understand what you were laughing about. And where did I find such a fool, and so on. People couldn't understand that they want the same thing. Meaning, if a person feels good, then how should he behave himself? Is he supposed to walk around and yell at everyone? Or release his inner dogs on people? That's insane. And people can't understand that. They all want to listen to some wisdom, some knowledge, some conclusions, hidden secrets, and they don't understand that the only thing they want is to feel good. And when it's good, what does it mean? Huh? They just can't put it in their heads. Understand?
I look at YouTube. There are already so many views so fast.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah, and with this giggle, I've known that for a long time, since we were little children.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't understand why. Well, it was a mystery to me. I always studied well. I was an excellent student anywhere I studied, got the highest grades, everything. But I always have giggles because it's funny.
Yep.
So people kept telling me that I wasn't serious. I would ask, what are your conclusions based on? I study well and I work well. I do everything well. So because I'm laughing, you think I'm not serious?
Well, you should probably always be sad and carry your problems.
I say I think I'm serious.
Yeah. Lena recently came to Moscow. It shook her very strongly. She called you, didn't she?
Yeah. We chatted. Yes, she told me. I sent her my sessions. She also said that she laughed hysterically.
Oh, great. Well, I don't think you need any more sessions for now.
I wonder if there is more depth, or will it go any further? Because those states, they change so much.
Yeah, they change, yep.
From here to there, from here to there.
Well, look, that's how I explain it to everyone. As you all already understand, this is the indivisibility. Everything is consciousness. And we are just fragments of this totality, or particles that have separated. But anyway, like it or not, we are in this totality. And that's why it always interacts with us as with itself. I can give you an example. We don't realize that our body consists of a huge number of simple cells, right? And the cell may not be aware of itself as a cell, much less an organism. And yet, somehow, the body regulates all of them, interacts within itself. In other words, every cell is involved in the process. People, when they want to become something other than themselves, it's like, a liver cell, wanting to become a brain cell. What does it become then? Something destructive. And then the body either rejects it, or the cell destroys the body by turning into a cancer. It's the same with people. That's right, this is a complete analogy. So, since we are gaining personality and socializing, we lose this contact with our soul, as they say, or with this totality. We cease to perceive or to be aware of this connection. Totality never loses this connection with us, or with a part of itself in the form of us. This is just like some wise man said, and I repeat it everywhere, that people are like fish that swim in the ocean and suffer from thirst. They are already in the ocean, but they fail to understand this, which is why they have such a strange thirst. It's the same here. So Castaneda finished all his works with a single sentence. The spirit listens only when the speaker speaks in gestures. And gestures do not mean signs or body movements, but acts of true abandon, acts of generosity, and of humor. As a gesture to the spirit, warriors bring out the best of themselves and silently offer it to the abstract. It is an internal state that is best made permanent. We need to free our state from external circumstances. And then we don't waste energy, but are filled with it. We need this energy for our perception, a free energy to spend on all sorts of concerns, assessments, criticism, negativity, and so on. And when you're in this state, and you are filled. You are able to perceive something more than the ordinary, more than this permanent preoccupation with a few life problems. And here's the second point. At each turn, the spirit gives the warrior a cubic millimeter of chance. But this is not the whole truth. The truth is that at every turn, the Spirit gives this cubic millimeter of chance to every living being. But you have to be a warrior to use that cubic millimeter. Who is this warrior in the Toltec tradition? This is someone who is battling, or conditionally, fighting although I do not like the word, with their own stupidity. Well, ego stupidity. And not with external elements or forces. The cubic millimeter is a subtle interaction between totality and you. And there are forms of perception, or angles of perception, when you understand that you are this indivisibility, that everything is interconnected. But in the normal state, when people are mostly in the mind, this connection is lost. And then there's a very fine interaction. In other words, a cubic millimeter is the will of the body. That's how your body has the will to make this cell function like this. So here it is the same. A cubic millimeter is a very subtle thing, and it is usually recognized by some oddity that breaks out of the usual context of what is happening. Here, something made a sound, and this is a game. These are very subtle things. And if you have what it takes to be alert, fluid, and not concerned about that, then yes, you can sense it. So the first point is to learn how to catch it, to see it. The second very important point, which even fewer people are able to do, is to gain the determination to follow this cubic millimeter. And if you take the second step, it's your destiny that begins to unfold, you know? That is, you become the very cell that performs its function, and not a cancer in this body, which, in fact, is the majority of the human species. Because look, what do people do? They destroy themselves. They destroy their surroundings. They destroy everything, like a virus, to be exact. Because no one understands these absolutely simple things. And they don't follow the will of totality, spirit or concept, as you like, but they are looking for formulas, instructions on how to do it correctly, where to move. They're looking for a collar and a leash, and a guide who would lead them there like dogs.
It's a habit.
Yeah, that is what they teach, this helplessness. Instead of taking your life in your hands and just following these very simple things, here's what it's about. That's what I wanted to tell you.
I still wonder, how did you get to this point to help people like this?
I don't recommend it to anyone to get to this point like me. It happened simply through cosmic stupidity. And I had to go through hell. That is why I say that I do not advise anyone to repeat my steps. And what I give, or try to give or convey, has already been sifted through such a filter of experience, trial and error, so I can just serve it. Here, take and eat. And many people won't even get it. Well, most of them. So you're good. I don't want to tell my story. It's actually a long one, and it's not about you. You have your own, just like everyone else.
Yeah. I'm listening to that right now. Well, here I am again today. The idea came to me to make on Saturdays a weekend drawing school. I'm an artist.
Nice.
And I've already been asked by the girls.
Perfect.
Come on, you have a space in the office there, and we can invite people. Let's do it. 5, 10 people to draw. Just to talk, to draw, do some energy exchange, to laugh.
Sure, that's great.
Yeah, and now I'm thinking, well, I don't think I listen to myself if I'm ready or not.
Why not ready? This is an internal urge. You don't need to think about it. It's easy for you. You're sensitive. You need to go into this thought, listen to this feeling, and what will respond will be true.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it. We'll see.
Okay.
How can I do it?
Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and so am I.
Do you have any questions?
So far, not. I'm still nothing. And in nothing, there are no questions.
Perfect.
The answers comes right away.
Yeah. Of
It's
course.
funny. Yesterday we watched some stupid movie, and it was immediately clear from the first few seconds what it would be about. And I look at the main character, and it's so funny to me when she communicated with another person. This other person conveyed a lot about the main character. I didn't look at her actions, but could read from other people who she was. So when I caught myself doing this, it was very funny.
It is.
And it's no longer interesting to watch movies
Absolutely.
at all.
Absolutely.
When you start watching, you immediately realize that.
Yeah.
Why? So yeah, this is like this.
Yeah.
But so what? It's okay, it doesn't matter.
Listen, I absolutely agree. It's very difficult to find something really interesting, almost impossible, from what has been written lately and from an artistic point of view. Anyway, let's say goodbye. Call me if you need anything.
Okay, will do.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to click the like button and leave a comment. See you later.